Good morning and welcome to the Money Matters for the week ending February 13th, 2026. We're going to continue with the theme of last week, which is the seasons of life. And last week we had a great webinar. I encourage you to watch it. If you haven't had a chance, we can send you a copy. It was about concierge medicine and how to optimize your health and stay healthy throughout your lifetime. So when you have the time and the money, you still have the health to enjoy it. Today, we're going to talk about spending and in particular, how we spend as we age, and the results might surprise you. So this was done, pull this up here. This was done by the Bureau of Labor and Statistics in 2024, and it is our chart of the week. So let's go through this. Now, most folks might be surprised as you look at this, it sort of peaks around 45 to 54, and we'll kind of walk through this. We start out in the early years working, jobs typically while we're going to school or getting through school. The average expenses are less because we make less money. We don't have the money to spend. Most of us are also not married and don't have children then. You see a first jump here from 25 to 34. Again, that's about the time most people are getting married, having kids, and those kids come in and they're expensive. And then you're buying homes and you're expanding your lifestyle. Now we're getting into what I call lifestyle creep, which is you're making a little more money. So you're starting to do more. Maybe you're joining the golf club. Maybe you're buying a nicer car, bigger house, eating at fancier restaurants. And this sort of continues on, and it peaks typically between 45 and 54. Now, I don't have hard data as to why, but I have a pretty darn good idea. I got two great ideas in my case. Their names are Harper and Bennett. They're 13 and 15 years old. And as our kids age, they get more expensive, right? No shocker. They're eating more. Their clothes are more expensive. They've got sports. They've got tuition. They've got all these things. So expenses tend to peak in this 45 to 54 age category. And again, I'm a little speculating here, but by 54, most of those kids then have moved out of the house, hopefully graduated college, and God willing, are on their own. They're off the payroll. So that's when we start to see the first spending decrease from 55 to 64, because a lot of the stuff you were spending on them with tuition and groceries and all that goes away. 55 to 64, a lot of that then is working towards retirement, traditional retirement at age 65. Most folks, by the time they're retired, they've paid off all debt, which is going to reduce expenses a lot more. No more mortgage payment, car payment, that sort of thing. Now, 65 to 74 is what I refer to as the go-go years, which if you watched the last video, you've got the time, you've got the money, and if you've got the health, you can have a whole lot of fun and travel and go all over. So some people, may see a little jump there. Then we get into sort of the 75 plus segment. We're going to call this the slow go years, which is where most people just start slowing down. They're not doing as much. They're not going as much. So naturally they spend less. And they didn't include it here, but that 80 to 85 plus segment, we would call the no-go years, which is where people typically aren't traveling very much or doing a lot. Again, these are averages. So some of you are going to be a lot higher than this, but traditionally you'll see that peak spending between 45 and 54, which is where we are, where a lot of our clients are right now. So it feels expensive, and it is expensive. But as things go on, overhead tends to go down if you're responsible about it. And maybe one of the best financial things you can do for yourself is to try to raise financially responsible kids so that they do leave the nest and go out on their own and aren't on your paycheck permanently. So with that, we're here as always for any questions. Please let us know. We're happy to help your friends, family, and colleagues. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.